Hello, my name is Jason Post, and I'm a budget analyst at Wichita State University. I'm going to give you a brief look and overview of the various reports available in the TM1 budget system. I encourage you to play around with the reports and the different functions within each to fully understand what they have to offer. If you have not viewed the separate TM1 training video, I would encourage you to do so prior to watching this. If you have any questions after watching this video, please reach out to myself or one of my colleagues in the university budget office. We are the top 3 contacts listed on the landing page of the TM1 budget system. Reports are located toward the bottom right-hand side of the landing page. There are 3 groups of reports: budget, position, and budget monitoring. We will start with budget reports. The first report is Budget Summary Account, which shows revenue and expenses by account. When you pull it up, you have the option to pick a roll-up or an individual org. I will choose org 108378 for this example. You can also choose GU or RU or a specific fund. On this report, you have the option to expand on individual account roll-ups, or you can select the Expand All box to view all account detail. For all reports, you can export by clicking the 4 lines in the top left corner. Hover the mouse over Export and select either Snapshot to Excel or Export to PDF depending on your needs. Do not use the Slice to Excel option. The second report is a simple budget summary. This allows you a high-level comparison of 2 years of budgets. Included on this report, you have revenue, personnel expenses, FTEs, and OE, and total expenses by org and or fund. It does calculate revenue less expense. This is helpful when looking at RU funds only. On this report, you have the option to pick a roll-up or an individual org. For this demonstration, I'm going to pick the Division of the President. And again, you also have the option to pick GU, RU, or a specific fund. I'll just leave it at the default. On this report, there are 2 drill down boxes, one for org detail, and that'll expand from just the division of the president to the org level. Then you can also drill down to the fund detail, and it'll add the funds with their respective orgs. One last item about this report is it allows you to choose any year back to fiscal year 2018. The third report is the Budget Request Variance. This report compares actuals to budget by account to help you identify areas where you may want to shift budgeted dollars from one account to another. I will again choose 108378. And we'll just leave this at total GU and RU. This report also allows you to go back to 2018. Now scrolling down, we'll look at account 3490. It has been identified as having a significant difference. As you can see, the adopted 2023 budget was $10,000 in this account. For 2022, the actuals were $640, and in 2023, $88 has been spent so far. This report can also show you accounts where there have been expenses in 2023, but nothing was budgeted. The next report is the multi-year budget actual report. This report allows you to look at working and/or adopted budgets and actuals over multiple years. You can update the years or version by using the black drop-down columns. The report also has multiple drop-downs in the top left corner where you can select a roll-up or a specific org. I will pick on 108378 again. Another feature of this report is the second drop-down. It'll allow you to select data by quarter or specific month. The bottom drop-down will let you choose what level you would like to view the information. For example, I'm going to change it to level 1 and click on refresh. And it will roll everything up to the highest level, displaying just one line. Now when I choose level 8, and refresh, you can see much more detailed information because it is displaying data at the individual account level. Like some of the other reports, you also have drill down boxes that you can check to display detail by org, program, or fund. The select specific account box will allow you to view information by account. The next two reports, Budget Book Report and Budget Book Detail Report, these show budget information by org in the same format that is printed in the annual operating budget book. Let's take a quick look at the Budget Book Report. And we will look at 2023. And we will pick our org, 108378. The top section will show any USS positions. The second will show any UP salaries. It'll also give you a budget for student assistance and your benefits by account. The next section shows operating expenditures, or OOE. The final report under the budget report section is the pivot data export. This report will allow you to export detailed financial data that can be placed in an Excel pivot table for analysis. I'll walk you through the steps to export this report. I will pick my org, 108378. And I'll just leave it at the year 2023. Next, to export, we will click on the 4 lines in the top left corner, hover over Export, and choose Snapshot to Excel. This will cause a pop-up to show up, and you do not need to select anything. You can simply select OK. And once the file is ready, it should show at the bottom of your page. The next section are the position reports. The first one is comp excluding benefits. This report shows salaries by position within an org or a roll-up, as well as employees who receive that salary. And I'll again pull up 108378. You can also filter by GU, RU, or by individual fund. This report is useful in determining salary changes over time. The second report in this section is the multi-year position summary report. This report will display up to 4 years of position information, and you can look as far back as 2018. You have multiple drop-down options to choose from. I'll provide an example. Looking at our org 108378, and I will choose GU only, and I'll leave all the other drop-downs at the default. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I encourage you to play around to get a feel for what all the options each report has to offer. On this report, let's look at the org detail, and now all accounts, and finally let's pick all employees. This report, like the one before, is useful in determining salary and position changes over time, but it gives you many more options to choose from to get the exact information you need. The last report under the position reports is compensation and benefits. This report will allow you to see salary and benefits by employee. Let's look at 2023. And let's change the version to adopted. And finally, let's pick our org 378. As you can see, it'll list all the employees within the org and their associated benefits. This is useful for some areas that report on grants or other sources of revenue that have specific reporting requirements. The final area of reports is under budget monitoring. The first is the budget monitoring report. This report compares the current year actuals and Banner revised budget to a historic 3-year average. I will choose the org 108378 again. And I'll just leave everything at the default. As you can see, it'll show the 2020, 2021, and 2022 actuals. And then it'll give you your Banner revised budget. The Banner revised budget takes your original budget plus or minus any budget adjustments that have been posted. On this right-hand side, it'll display your historic 3-year average and then your current year average. The green check mark is good. The yellow exclamation means that it's a little off from previous years and you might need to investigate. And the red X means that the expenses in the current year are not what one would expect at the point in time that you picked. There might be a valid reason for this that you are aware of, or it may be something you may want to look into. The second report in this section is the monthly cash flow report. 101610. You also have the option to select specific funds in the bottom drop down, but I'll just leave it for all RU funds. The report displays the beginning cash balance, or what is in your prior year carry forward account. And you can see the revenue and expenses posted by month, and at the bottom it'll give you a month end or a quarter end cash balance. The final report is the end of year GU variance report. This report will compare your 2023 budget to 2023 actuals and help you identify any potential areas of concern. You can choose either a roll-up or an individual organization. For this example, I'm going to choose a roll-up to make sure I get lots of data for you to see. So and you can see it'll list out the organizations, funds, and account roll-up. On the far right hand side, it'll let you know if the account has a positive or a green check mark or a negative for red. This information can help you make sure your general use budgets are balanced at the end of the year. And that is the final report I have to show you. Thank you for watching our TM1 reports training. If you have any questions, please reach out to one of the budget office contacts found on the TM1 landing page.